Hey guys, here is Cold War Espionage. Here is the build I'm using for icebreakers. I'm not using a remote Mort fleet like the Citadel or the Empyrean with the tank. I'm using 4 icebreakers. It's got all of the D-100S rockets on it except for one Trident missile. That is for the antis against the cold snaps. That may be something I change before the May raid. I may put a Phalanx 2 on it. It's the only thing I can fit weight-wise. I've got 2 of the C1X and 2 of the C1M armors, narrowed firing aperture, explosive system 4, garrison battery MX or MKX, the new high yield warheads, and hydraulic resistors. I put that on there because I assumed we would have a lot of torque towers. But those are the 4 ships I'm using. I'm not using a crew at this time. I'm going to record an 81, 83, and an 85, 3 separate videos. But this is the build I am using for this raid. So let's find us an 81 and see what we can do with it. Here's an 81 right here. I'm going in on the south side of each one of them. I think you can go in wherever you want to. I don't know, maybe it's personal preference, but I'm going in there. Let's get rid of chat. Now, if I'm really, really careful and I get my ships, you gotta play with them for a second, get them to stack. You can outrange these cold snaps sometimes. That's a halo. I'll show you how I deal with it. I just speed past it down through here. But on the platforms that's got the cold snaps, I try to target that. I try to go in at an angle so I'm firing at that turret and splash the rest of these out. On this 81. Okay, I've got these morts coming in, so I've got to turn and burn. I come down here and get this halo. Try to speed past it so it's detonating past me. Let these ships come in and do whatever damage they want to do. Right here. I'm going to come down and I'm going to target that turret. And should splash out all those cold snaps. You've got another mort over here, so you've got to kind of try and get out of the way if you can. I'm going to squeeze in through here, and I'm going to splash all those out. You can, if I would turn right in that situation, you can outrange the Zoe's rhinos. So I'm going to come back up through here. Kind of see what's going on. I need to come to the front over here and target these 2 and splash these cold snaps out. Or I could go behind and target that one. Just trying to drive around these mines. Now there's some platforms. Ooh. I'll try to creep in on this one and see if I can. No, he's going to fire at me a little bit. Sometimes you can outrange some of the cold snaps. Here's another halo, but it takes a lot of creeping. Okay. I'm just going to include all 3 targets. I'm not going to do 3 separate videos. I'm just going to include all 3 targets on these. They're pretty fast with these icebreakers. So let's see what kind of repair bill I got. 25 minutes on that. So Here is an 83. I think the 83's got a lot more ships in it. But you've got two halos right here. And you got a lot of executioners in this one. So see if I can get everything stacked up like it's supposed to be stacked. There we go. That looks pretty good. I'm going to come speed down through here and get these two Halo missiles. Just keep going past, and they should never touch you. Oops, right over a mine. A little close on that one. You always got to watch, guys, for these morts that are coming in. Don't get caught with them. I'm going to show you a little trick that I use. Zoom in on this center island. I try to target that turret. Well, I had to move because of the ships and because of the morts coming in. This is a very busy target, guys. You've got a lot that you got to take care of here. No doubt about that. Of course, I've ran into some more. This one was definitely not my finest work, but it is what it is. See, all the executioners. So the Trident's getting some of them. Trident missile is. If I can try to target that center one. The Trident will shoot down some of the cold snaps, but not a whole lot of them. Alright, let's zoom back out where I can see what's going on. See if we can go over here. And there should be the ships left on this. Should do it. I think that's about gone. Gotta be careful about these morts. I seem to drive under more morts than, golly day, here they come. One thing about these icebreakers is they are fast, so if you do make a mistake or get caught under them, sometimes you can speed away fast enough. That was so-so. When I zoomed in, I ran into this island right here. It caused me a lot of damage. So that was definitely not necessarily a good run on 83. Let's see what we got now. Oh my gosh, yes, terrible 83 run. I'm gonna have to probably stop zooming in on that center island so I can actually see a little bit more. Let's check this 85 out. And now the difference in some of these 85s is your halo is in the center. So as you're trying to creep up to snipe some of these that are in the middle to splash out the cold snaps, this guy's going to be firing at you, and it's got a lot of splash damage. But you can see there's one here on that island, one here, and one here, and you've also got a mort chucker shooting at you at the same time. But you've only got two groups of ships that are going to come in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come around here and get this executioner. Ooh, there we go, driving over another mine. See, here comes some morts. Let them land, then come back. I want to try and do this, sneak in on this fast. Splash out the halo missile if I can. Well, go get this executioner, then I'll get these two. None of the ships are moving yet. I got some ships coming in up top now. If I stay at the bottom, the ships will hopefully divert the attention for a little while. So this is basically the target, the A sets, which they're honestly they're not bad targets. They would be bad targets in my opinion if I was trying to use a tank and Zelos and Citadels. That would be really hard to navigate this. It would make it a very time-consuming raid. I definitely made some, major mistakes in the 83. Cost me a lot of time, a lot of repair time in the 83. So learn from that mistake. Maybe zooming out's not the best thing that you can do. Let's see what we end up with. 3 hours and 1 minute. So my biggest mistake, I went from 30 minutes to 2 hours on 83 because I just wasn't paying attention because I was zoomed in. So. But anyway, guys, that is what are they calling this? I don't even know what. Tier 6, the 81, 83, and the 85. That's the targets.